Yo, what's going on? We're back with Alliance War Season 24. This is War number 2. We're trying to bounce back after a first loss. We are 0-1. We are in Tier 4 now, so we got bumped up or down, depending on how you look at it, because of that loss. And we're just going to scout Path 5 here. We're taking Path 5 again. It's probably going to be pretty consistent this season that we take it. And this path doesn't look too bad, actually. This is probably easier fights than we had in our first war. And we died to a Modoc in Section 2, but this path looks pretty straightforward this time. So we're going to head in here on Path 5. We're going to boost up just a bit. You saw the attack team. We're bringing in Apocalypse, Human Torch, and of course Dr. Doom for the Nova fight. So we're just going to throw on a little 10% boost. These fights in the first section are really straightforward. I wasn't worried at all, and I didn't feel like I needed a bigger boost. So Mr. Sinister, he's on the Ebb and Flow knockdown. He is a size large champion, so there's a chance that I trigger the protection, but Human Torch, he really doesn't hit very hard. Even when he crits, he doesn't do a lot of damage. So there's no way I'm hitting that 300% of my damage hit. Even on a critical you saw on the first part of the heavy, nowhere near. So yeah, this is going to be pretty straightforward. This is going to be 3-hit combos, lighting him up, letting him throw the special ones to give me the smolders back, and knocking him down when he has the protection. So right here, protection up, bam, protection down, throw the special one, no problem. In the beginning, I was a little hesitant to rush in after his special one. I don't know why, because I know it's so long. He just stands there. So right here, I know I can go in, but the protection's back up. So we're going to back off, heavy again, regular 3-hit combos. We're not going to throw a special because I think the special criticals may be enough to push him over the edge to get him to trigger the protect. So we're just playing it safe and not using specials in this fight. We're going to knock him down one more time, but one more special one and charge in, and that's going to do it. So really easy fight with Human Torch. That's just not difficult at all. I know how to play it. Full attack bonus achieved. It took us 38 hits, so it was a bit of a long fight, but no problem. And we move on to the next one. And that next fight is a HitMonkey. He's a 6-star rank 2, similar node, Ebb and Flow knockdown with the heavy hitter. But I've brought the ultimate HitMonkey counter in Apocalypse, because even if I knock HitMonkey down and he goes into his schemes where he can shrug off and evade, no one in the game can shrug off an Apocalypse debuff. So yeah, he can still evade, which happens early on in the fight, and I had to remind myself that that could happen, so I slowed my combos down. I'm not going to be hitting him with using 5-hit combos, just in case he evades in the future. But you saw me dex the special one. I'm really confident in being able to dex that. So yeah, we're going to throw a special one right here while we still have the Fury up from knocking him down. Does a pretty good chunk of damage. He's back in his scheme, and the protection's back up, so we're going to heavy once again. You can see the stuns and the bleeds are staying on him because he cannot shrug them off. I'm just going for those 3 hits for the combos. Dex the special one. He gets the protection back right here, so we're going to knock him down again. And I mean, this fight is really enhanced so far, and no problems so far. But right here, my stun wore off a little early, and he actually evaded the last hit of my 3-hit combo, which was unexpected. But I'm able to get some of the health back from the adrenaline healing by throwing the special one, and it knocks him down. So we lose, I think, 30% of our health, but that's really not a big deal. It was a pretty simple fight. Apocalypse is the perfect counter there, so we felt pretty good. We might just have to throw in a potion to Apocalypse later, but for the most part, that was the main fight that I brought him in for. So our next fight is this Mojo, and he's still in Section 1. This is not the Power Snack node or the Mixmaster node. And of course, we're going to use Human Torch. We've got another perfect counter here. He's a 6-star. But they're running suicides. You saw the double edge, the poison, and the bleeds on him, and plus the incinerates we're going to be throwing on him. plus the Nova form, the Nova Flames that we start putting on him here. This dude doesn't stand a chance. I didn't even need to dexterity. I didn't even need to trigger a buff because he never even got to a second bar of power. And the debuffs do the work and absolutely melt the dude. Really easy fight. 13 hits, so we're 3 for 3, have barely lost any health, haven't really made a lot of mistakes, so we're feeling pretty good. So as we move through the middle, we get into section 2 now, and this dude right here, this Sasquatch, the Ebb and Flow Intercept was kind of the only fight I was worried about this war. This was the one that I thought might give me the most trouble, so we're going to use Torch's Flame On pre-fight right here. He is a 5-star, he's not a 6-star, but still a 5-star rank 5 Sasquatch is pretty beefy. And we're doing a lot less damage because I know I do not plan on intercepting him early on in the fight, at least not until I assess how much damage I'm doing. He's also a large or extra large, so there's a chance I trigger the additional protection from the global, but again, Human Torch, not hitting that hard. He does not trigger it ever. It's really nice not to have to worry about any global, basically, even if they do potentially or could apply, which is in this case. They're also running suicides, so you see the recoil damage that Sasquatch is taking right there. So that's helping me out. And yeah, we're not going to throw a special, because again, we don't want to trigger the protection on a critical hit on the special. We're going to keep dexing the special ones pretty easy. He goes into the Wrath right here, so I get clipped a little bit, because he went to the Wrath right as he was stunned, so that was just bad timing. And right here, we're going to go for an intercept and get it, because it is so easy to intercept Sasquatch when he's in Wrath, because he's so aggressive. You know exactly what he's going to do. He's always going to come at you. And so we throw the special 3, because the special 3 cannot critical, so we know we're not going to hit the protection cap, and he's just melting now. We went into that special, he was at 50%, and he just drops. He was at 50% health when we launched the special 3, but because we got that intercept, we were doing much more damage. The special 3 did a lot more, the incinerates did a lot more, and it was game over after that. So it felt great. I was really satisfied to get through that fight relatively easily and move on to this Nova fight, which we took in our first war of the season with Dr. Doom. We didn't play it very well. The plan is to play it much better here, and at the start of the fight I do, for the most part. I'm actually doing what I want to do for the most part. I think I make a few mistakes in this fight. It's still not a perfect fight, but I'm just going to block the special ones, try to bait those out as much as possible, use the special ones to nullify his fury. We're going to get into the Doom cycle when we can, when it's convenient. We want to make sure we don't push him to the 2 bars unless we are ready to throw our special 3 though. And that's the plan. We're not even going to try an intercept in this fight. We are going to do this completely with the 60% protection up and not worry about it. Nova is not a large or extra large champ, so we don't have to worry about the protect global, which is nice. And right here, I needed him to throw a special 1. He threw it really nicely. So now we're going to try to get to the Doom cycle. We're going to try to get to our special 3 now that he has 2 bars of power. Get an opening right here to go in. There we go. This is going to give us that nice big Doom Fury. And when we have this Dr. Doom Fury after the special 3, it basically gives us so much attack, it kind of like cancels out the protect node on this path. So we're going to be doing some pretty good damage here. And you can see, like, much better. We do the regular Doom combo, throw the special 1. We're going to throw the special 2, get some pretty good damage off it. The incinerates are doing their thing. He goes unblockable briefly, but we wait it out. We're going to go in with the Fury still up, deal some nice damage, power drain him, and I mean, so far this has actually been a perfect fight. I don't think I've done anything wrong yet. We want to, again, keep the power drain to the 1 bar right there. So far, so good. Right there, we make a bit of a mistake because we tried to dex. I actually threw on an invulnerability boost for these fights. I don't know if I showed them, but we had the invulnerability boost because we had one expiring. So we used it up, and then we take a heavy right to the face for some reason. That's just stupid. So that was the real mistake. The invulnerability boost covered our earlier mistake by not dexing the special 1 fully. Unfortunately, we do take that heavy attack and take all the damage. So it does a good amount, but we're still so far ahead in this fight. Special 3 does the really good damage, even with the protection up. Got the Fury, power draining him. Doom cycle going on. Special 1 into the special 2. Right here. This isn't going to do it. Unfortunately, it's going to take a few more hits, which I know. We're going to go in, a few hits here, drain the power, throw the special 1 again. And now we know this fight's over. Now we know there's no way. I get a really nice dex on the special 1 there to finish it off. That's going to do it. Take that man down. Full attack bonus. So far, we're 2 for 2 on Nova fights this season. We haven't lost to him on that node yet, which feels great. But again, I know I'm going to see him a lot this season, so I should get used to it. So we can still improve, but for the most part, I think I've got a handle on that. All right, so this dude right here, this Rhino, he's a large champion. He's on the ebb and flow intercept node. You saw the boost that I had on because Apocalypse is also a large or XL champion. So even if I trigger the global protect, I can get rid of it by knocking Rhino down. Now, here's the thing. Because he has that ebb and flow intercept protect, I know my damage is going to be capped, and I know Rhino has a ton of hit points, a ton of physical resistance, so I know this fight is seriously going to go the distance. There is a very real chance I could time out here, because really, with that unstoppable, you cannot intercept Rhino. It's basically impossible. Even if he doesn't go unblockable, you can't intercept an unstoppable attack unless you're like Captain America Infinity War with your kinetic charges on his shield. So we know that's not going to be happening. I do actually try it though at some point just to see, and I think it happens a little bit later, but you can see I actually do get an intercept at one point, which is kind of a miracle. This also has redoubled determination, so the degen and the poison I have on him are giving him slightly more power gain and a little bit more attack, but I'm not too worried about that. I can, dex either one of Rhino's specials. The 1 and the 2 are so easy to evade, it's no problem. And so far we're playing this fight perfectly. We've been dexteritying, we've been full comboing, we get the specials on him, we apply some of the debuffs, he's got the poison on, and we're about a minute and a half in, and it's not going horribly, I'd say. I mean, we're obviously winning the fight, but it is a slow grind. This Rhino is definitely going to be difficult. So as I see the time start to pass by, I think this is kind of where I get to the point where maybe I want to try and intercept and I can get some nice damage in. So we're going to try throwing a special when he comes at us, and it actually worked. We actually get the Fury right there, which is awesome. It's a very short Fury though, and we didn't get any crits on that combo. We didn't have a special lined up, so that Fury, even though we got it temporarily, really didn't help us a whole lot. So it was also kind of lucky that I got it in the first place, so I figured I'm not going to try that again. Let's just grind this out. We're going to grind this out very slowly, and apologies to everyone watching because it's such a boring fight. I mean, it's just so basic. Regular 5-hit combos, throw the specials when you have them, try to get the debuffs on him, dex his special 1 and 2 right there. And I'm pretty sure I don't ever get hit in this fight if I remember right. So the combo meter count is just like going to be super high at the end of this fight. You can see I'm already at 135 hits. He is down to 27%. We've got 2 minutes left, and just based on the flow of this fight, if we continue at this pace, we're going to get him down without timing out. That's clear now. It's just, like I said, a long grind of a fight, and this is a pretty decent placement for Rhino. Rhino's not a great defender in Alliance War, but this is probably the one place that does make him more difficult, and especially because you really don't want to put a whole lot of debuffs on him. If you use someone like Archangel here, it could certainly make the fight go a little faster, or Nick Fury, but all those debuffs that you're putting on Rhino would just give him like insane power gain and insane attack, so you have to be a little careful. Apocalypse, admittedly, probably not the ideal counter here, but he works well enough. And again, being large or extra large, it's nice to have that fail-safe. of being able to get rid of the protect without having to intercept, because you'd obviously take a hit trying to intercept Rhino. So there we go. The dude drops down Apocalypse. The first mutant takes him down. 188 hits though. Woo. Got to screenshot that. That's probably the longest fight that anyone had this war. So right here, we're going to go into something pretty cool. So this is gameplay from one above you. We call him Beardo. He's a battle group leader. He's one of our officers. And this is actually the final boss fight that we're going to show you here, because it is just such an awesome fight. It is exactly how you want to ghost Apocalypse. And all the minis were taken down except for the Hazard Shift, Poison, Incinerate. So you can see that he'll be getting Furies from that node during this fight. But the Ghost playstyle here is just so awesome. He recorded this, said we could share it. And if you ever want to see someone fight Apocalypse with a Ghost and do it really well, this is how you do it. This is like textbook Ghost fighting right here. Obviously having the node up is helpful, so you can keep getting the Furies, but his timing is just awesome. We're going for the Apocalypse boss one shot, and the timing on the specials, he's able to dex the last hit of them. He actually managed to phase through some of them completely as well. And yeah, you can just see how he's doing. We're going to watch this gameplay and enjoy some of his work. Right here, he gets an awesome dex. He phases completely through the special one. I mean, that is just great timing on his part. He's going to get pretty close to it here. Doesn't quite phase correctly, but he almost had the timing perfect again. And yeah, man, I mean, we are 80 hits into this fight, about halfway through on the timer, and things are looking real good. I mean, this is just really good Ghost gameplay. It's phenomenal, really. He does trigger the protect a few times, but the next intercept with Ghost gets rid of it, so it doesn't really matter. And again, you see the perfect phase there. This is looking pretty good for a one-shot takedown, I gotta say. This is looking pretty good for our alliance. Like I said, the only node left is the Hazard Shift, Poison, Incinerate, so it is giving him those Furies. He's got a big one right now. That's gonna do it. Well done to our officer. Well done to our battle group leader. That is a one-shot on the Apocalypse boss. So that's not going to end our war video. Like I said, we still had that Hazard Shift, Poison, Incinerate up. So what we're going to do here, it's a Nick Fury on the node. We're going to bring in Apocalypse. You know, at this point in the war, it was also very clear that we had won. This is definitely a victory, but you still want to end on a perfect note. We got a boss one shot. I really wanted to bring the fight home with a perfect fight as well and have no deaths this war. And Apocalypse is a okay option for this fight. He obviously has the class advantage against Nick Fury, and he will develop the immunity to the Incinerates. But going into this fight, there were a few things. I was feeling a bit rushed. I was not in the best place to take it, and you can kind of see my impatience right off the bat here. I'm not even sure what I'm doing. Those were, I guess, intercept attempts, but they were very bad ones. And I got backed up really early, and that never makes me feel very good. I did develop bleed immunity because he hit me and bled me, obviously. So I have bleed immunity right now, which is sort of a nice failsafe. But you can see I'm trying to hit him when he's in the incinerate phase, and I just can't do it. And he's not letting me hit him. So this is where the patience part plays a factor, because I started to hit him even when he was in his poison phase, like you saw right there. The hits from the special, they were partially in his poison phase, so they poisoned me. I was kind of taking a risk, thinking the poisons may not trigger, or maybe they won't do a whole lot of damage, but you can see they are doing a decent amount. Finally, I get him into the incinerate phase where I can hit him, but I'm so far behind in this fight, and it's just because of that beginning. I'm also incinerate immune now. You can see that had triggered on me, so don't have to worry about hitting into his incinerate phase anymore. But yeah, it's just a lack of patience, honestly, is the main thing that kind of screwed me over for this fight. We were also trying to finish this war on the first day, so this was the very last fight on the map, and it was right before I was about to go to sleep, so I was kind of just like taking it a little cavalier. I was like, you know what, we already got the win. I want to do this quick. I want to go to bed. I want to finish this path. I want to finish the map within the first day of war, which would be awesome. And that mentality just kind of ended up screwing me for this fight for the most part. So he's throwing special ones, which I don't want because he's going to go unblockable pretty soon. But yeah, I mean, now we're 15%. He's at 45. He's still in his first phase. There goes the special one, the thing I didn't want. And that is going to do some serious damage. I get a nice intercept with the special, but he's still unblockable. It drops off right here. I get a really nice intercept again because I really can't take many more blocked hits. But again, he's unblockable. He goes into the heavy right there, and I should have followed through, but he was in the poison phase, so I couldn't. There was another special one right here. It doesn't do a lot of damage. I'm also disorient immune now at this point because he's disoriented me so many times. I get another really nice intercept right there. Throw another special off. He's still in the incinerate phase, so I'm doing pretty good actually of potentially saving this fight, but one more special I know will kill me, but I can't hit him because he's in the poison phase, so I'm just trying to turtle up and hope he doesn't throw that special one. And you know, the goal right now is just to get him into that second phase. If I can get him into the second phase, I'll consider this a win, but the bastard throws the special one right there. It's going to do me in. He's unblockable. So there's a death. There's our first death of the war. That makes our second death of the season now. But again, lesson learned from that fight of what not to do at the end of a war. But like I said, we knew we had won. You can check out the numbers here. The opponents did not clear the map, but the really cool thing here is the defender kills. So all three battle groups 100% cleared and took down the bosses. As an alliance, we only had 15 deaths across all three battle groups. That is really, really impressive. We are in Platinum 3 Tier 4 wars. That's not easy to do. Obviously, I'm one of those deaths, but that is extremely efficient attacking on our part. Very cool to see. We want to keep that going the rest of the season. Follow this win up with another win to get to 2-1 on the season. But overall, this was a really good war from me, from everyone in our battle group, the entire alliance, obviously. So we're looking forward to keeping that momentum going, getting another win next war, and we'll catch you in that video. Peace out.